Hey guys, Legendary Grimlock here, and today we have another community debunk. Actually going to be the last debunk. Then we'll move on to the horrific truths and start our survival section. Let's get this over with. So, one of the few things that has been happening in the community is Insomniac Venom versus Batman, with the bat stands up to no end, just trying to highball Bruce here, saying things like, oh, well, he'll be able to figure out Venom's weakness automatically, that he's smart enough to deduce someone's weakness in a random encounter, and if he has enough prep time, he'll be able to beat Venom. So let's go over both of those notions, and we'll see if this is true, right? And spoiler alert, I think it might be pretty simple here. So what we're going to do is basically do the same thing we always do in every debunk video. We're going to go into the scaling of a character, all right? We're going to look at their feats, the context behind the feats, and see who wins this more often than not. All right, let's begin. So starting off with Arkham Batman scaling, and this is pretty simple. He's in the wall to small building levels of attack potency. I mean, I don't think there's any higher you can get him. Large building could possibly argue with the Batmobile, but it doesn't really have the feats to show it. At least not too much, because most of its feats are contextualized. But yeah, Arkham Batman has done some impressive feats over the years, being able to take out Titans who scale to these container explosions here, which can be around the wall level. He's easily able to tank his explosive gel to the face here. He's able to deal damage to even characters like Solomon Grundy, who can one-shot characters like Bane. The same Bane that's actually able to shake a good chunk of Arkham Asylum. And then you got Solomon Grundy, who's stronger than Bane, as he was able to just one-shot him and uppercut him out the building. Yes, we will count the Arkham tie-in comics as well, as they also fill in the gaps here. Plus, I don't feel like showing videos for just about everything here, so yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with that here. But yeah, Batman should easily be in the small building level ranges of his attack potency, both with his fists and his gadgets. Speaking of his gadgets, he has his Sonic Batarang, Sonic Shock Batarang, various other Batarangs. He has his electric prod, he has his bat claw, his grapple hook. He's able to use these in combination with his skill and weaponry, and we'll also be giving him his shot gauntlets, his ice grenade as well, which is able to freeze opponents to the point where they just can't move at all, and is easily able to take him down right after. He's also very skilled, the best one in the Arkhamverse, with even characters like John Stewart, and yeah, we'll be counting the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, by the way. I think it's fair since he's a part of it, unfortunately. So he would be better than John Stewart, who is a highly trained military veteran, Wonder Woman, who is a ancient Amazonian warrior, and then there are the likes of Ra's al Ghul and Talia, with Talia's guard as well, being noted to be the best of the best in the world here. So skilled that one of them can take down 100 men. So, yeah, that's actually just it for Arkham Batman. He's nothing... I'm not going to say that. No, I shouldn't say that. He's a decently powerful character. With his shot gauntlets as well, he's able to produce enough of electrical charge to stop his opponent's hearts, even stopping Bane's heart, who again has the scaling I provided earlier. And this was Bane, like, in his prime. Like, this is the... excuse me. Like, this is one of the strongest versions of Bane, like, where he's at his strongest almost. And then there's Insomniac Venom. Now, this is actually pretty simple and pretty straightforward here. He would upscale all the villains from the last game, including the likes of Scorpion and Rhino. Scorpion being someone confirmed that Spider-Man regularly struggles with. And here's the thing. He would also upscale the likes of Kraven. Now, I'm not sure how canon this is, as it was just an unfinished room here. But again, you do have Kraven being able to beat, somehow, being able to beat and kill the Rhino. Now, again, I'm not sure how much canon this is here because, again, they never mention Rhino being killed in the game. It's just that one wall room. But we do know Kraven should scale above the Sinister Six here as he's fighting a Spider-Man that would absolutely maul the Sinister Six here. He's also fighting against characters that, in all honesty, would upscale a lot of the members of the Sinister Six here. This Spider-Man has fought, again, Kraven, who's killed Vulture, Scorpion, and Electro, and was able to capture and pretty much just thought nothing of Mr. Negative. You also have the sheer fact that Lizard would also be, in all honesty, one of the stronger Insomniac villains here. And in all honesty, I could possibly argue that he's above, yeah, I would definitely say he's above Rhino. I think that's very much concrete here as he's fighting a much stronger Spider-Man. And Spider-Man is trying his best to subdue him here. Then you also have characters like Miles and obviously Pete here with the black suit, meaning that Venom would upscale everything that Pete with the black suit has done, as he's a much more united host, or at least a much more united front when he's with Harry. The same Miles who's not only able to, manhandle this Peter here, or at least manhandle Black Suit Pete and compete with him and actually outperform him, but the sheer fact that Miles himself is actually able to absorb the energy from nuclear reactors, even absorbing the energy from a reactor that was going to destroy Harlem, which puts him at the city block to city level. And again, keep in mind there are characters that scale to this, like Mr. Negative. Now, you might say, well, didn't you say Venom would upscale the Sinister Six? Yes, but I do think Mr. Negative might be a little bit stronger here. I mean, it's possible. I'm not entirely sure if I would give him that, but this, considering the sheer fact that he is scaling to a much stronger Miles and is actually able to get the upper hand on him during their exchange here. Excuse me. And, yeah, like I said earlier, he's able to get the upper hand on Miles during his exchange here. I think it is fair, and I think it is safe to say here, that Mr. Negative should scale to this version of Miles, or a much more powerful Miles Morales, and that he would actually scale above the Spider-Man Miles Morales, or at least the previous game version of Miles here. So, yeah, I think that's pretty simple here. And the thing about this is Venom has straight up just dunked on both Miles and Pete here. Keep in mind that they're trying their best here to at least stall him. You might say, oh, well, they're not fighting with killing intent. They're not fighting to, take him down. But that's because they can't. Pete, even with an anti-Venom suit and with his resolve much stronger than before, and Miles again receiving an added boost to his Venom power, actually gaining a new level in it, still could not beat this guy. This version of Venom even grew wings and started beating the brakes off of an anti-Venom suit Peter, the same suit that is meant to be the kryptonite to symbiotes. And in all honesty, I think that pretty much concludes it here. So, yeah, you have a small building level character versus a city to city block level at his lowest. So, yeah, I think it's pretty simple here on why Arkham Batman doesn't win this. I don't know why, Bat stands keep arguing this. Yes, I do love Arkham Batman. He is one of my overall favorites. He's one of the more brutal versions of Batman. Now, in all honesty, he should kill. I'm just saying. I mean, if he don't kill, I bet that hospital bill will. But against someone like Venom, where the only character that could possibly reach city level is Poison Ivy, and she would die from it, meaning that it's very possible that she caps at large building level at the very least here. Or maybe city block, but again, she did need those plants in order to perform them, so it's 50-50 on how you really want to scale her here. I think she would have probably been a better argument for her against Venom rather than Batman himself here, considering Batman doesn't scale to her. Matter of fact, he doesn't really scale to most of his villains in the game here. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Batman beats his villains not in a straight up fist fight or in a straight up collision of his power. He beats them through his intelligence, which is why he'll always win, because he's always smarter than his villains here. But against someone like Venom, who Batman would not be able to deduce that his weakness is sound. And the thing is, Pete and Miles both made concussion blast or concussion burst here, a gadget that utilizes sonic weaponry, and they can barely even take out regular symbiotes with these kinds of attacks. Most of the time, it just stuns them. And then you have Venom, who's pretty much needed this city-wide power grid generating dual sonic cannon over here just to win. I mean, Batman, the Arkham Batman is great, but he doesn't really have a villain that's city level without them possibly dying in order to perform that feat, meaning they wouldn't scale to it overall. Meaning you will have Venom, who's not only able to fight against and dog walk two Spider-Mans at their strongest at this point. So again, Pete and Miles would be at their strongest, with the anti-Venom suit being an equal to Miles' blue electricity. And the thing is, though, even if we gave Batman prep time, right? And again, if we use Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League here, he has prep time against only the members of the League that we've seen here. And unfortunately, the thing about that is here, he probably had years of experience with them by the way it sounds of it. He doesn't have that here with Venom. He doesn't have a chance to study Venom at all. And even if he could, I doubt he could produce something that is capable of pretty much annihilating a whole city. Like, it's never been shown he does have the resources, don't get me wrong, but it's never known he can make something of this kind of caliber. All right? It took Miles amping the machine on top of it as well, just to make sure that this actually was able to get the job done. Because a normal sonic blast from that wouldn't have done a single thing to Venom. But that's going to be all today, you guys. Insomniac Venom absolutely mauls Batman. Let me know what you think down below. Comment down below and subscribe with your friends. And I'll see you guys, and y'all have a blessed day. Peace.